Hello, everyone, and welcome inside another edition of Stockton Sports. My name is Eric Bretz, taking you inside this volleyball matchup between Stockton University and Drew University. Coming into this one, Stockton comes in with a 2-3 record, sweeping Cabrini this past Tuesday, 3-0. Haley Green had 19 kills along with 19 points. Kate Lauer had 7 kills along with 7 points. And Talia Witherspoon had 5 kills along with 10 points. For Drew, they come in with a 4-3 record after sweeping Mount St. Vincent on Tuesday with a score of 3-0. Tia Gesgout had 12 kills, 12.5 points, and 4 digs. Christo Dulo had 8 kills, 8.5 points, and 2 digs for them in that one. We're getting set for the serve by Aubrey Rensel. Nice dig there by Green. Lauer with a nice soft touch, and that's the first point for the Stockton Ospreys of the night. Lauer with a nice soft touch right on the net. Confused some of the Drew players that were in front. Couldn't get a clean handle on it, and Rensel again to set up for a serve. Christo Dulo getting it over. And De La Torre and company couldn't get a clean handle on that one, so that point goes right back to Drew. And now an early substitution. Karkuff is going to come out, and Layla Kassir, excuse me. De La Torre trying to keep it in. Unable to, and Drew out to a 2-1 lead now. It's going to be Kassir to take it again. Nice hard serve. Dulo with a nice long touch of it, and Rensel got down and dirty for that one. Dulo again with a nice play. And the point goes to Drew. Decent sized crowd on hand today for this matchup. Just about a half hour ago, we saw the Stockton women's field hockey beat Cabrini University by a score of 3-2. And a nice spike there and kill by Kate Lauer. So we might be seeing some fans trickling in from that game, coming in a little late. Not too sure. Ball goes back to the Ospreys. It's Kate Lauer to start with it. A nice attempt there by Christo Dulo. Unable to save it, however, and the Ospreys get a point there. It's all knotted up at 3 now. Freshman out of Clifton, New Jersey to set up for the serve again. Nice hard spike. That was number 11. Tia Dagote, excuse me. And a nice attempt there by Green and Witherspoon. But it was too much to handle for the Ospreys. That was a nice play on the ball there by number 6, Andres Camacho Tenrero. the goat to start again. Set up for Witherspoon, and that is a powerful flush home for Talia Witherspoon. And Stockton only down a point now. Talia Witherspoon set for the serve. Nice serve and dig there. Point-saving dig there by Lauren Gaza, sophomore out of Mililani, Hawaii. That serve goes into the net. It's going to be a serving error going back to the Ospreys. Now we'll see Emma Capriglione checking in as well as Regan Mendick. Mendick, the freshman out of Newark, Delaware. Capriglione, the junior out of Tuckerton, New Jersey. Mendick getting set to serve. And that one, a little mishit there by number 20, Marissa Ahardo. Set by Butler. And nice play on the ball there was number 6 again, Andrea Camacho Tenrero. It's going to be Jasmine Butler to serve for Drew, holding a 1-point lead. Flags are up, and that point is awarded to the Ospreys. Now we're going to see Paige Anania coming in for Haley Green. We saw a lot of this on Tuesday against Cabrini. Anania coming in mainly for her serving efforts, which she did very well with. Butler with the set. And Lauer with the spike. And a nice attempted save by Lauren Gaza, but unsuccessful, as Stockton now holds an 8-7 lead. And Anania again to serve for Stockton. Going up, nice spike there. That was Karkoff. A save by Capriglione. Capriglione, excuse me. Another nice play by the Stockton defense. And Drew is just handing it to him right now. All they can take. And the Ospreys lose the point there. Nice play on the ball. That was Camacho Tenrero. Now Camacho Tenrero to set for the serve. Miss hit, and it's going to Drew. That point. Camacho Tenrero to start again with the serve. Lauer with a nice stuff, and it is blocked up but sent right out of bounds. Roll's going to check out. Witherspoon comes in for the Ospreys, and Molly Eng will serve. And a little mishit from Camacho Tenrero. She seems to be in good spirits about it, however. Molly Eng to set up serve. Christodulo a little far with that spike. excuse me, that was number 11, Dagote. Now Lauer setting up for a spike, and that goes out of bounds. Now we'll see Gaza come out, and big number 13, Melina Christodoulou, the 6-foot junior out of Branchburg, New Jersey. Checks back in for Drew. Witherspoon hit that a little off. Saw it as soon as it came out of her hand. It didn't have a whole lot on it. It was a little high, so it'll go back to Drew. Lauer setting up the spike, and it's blocked in front by Karkuff and company, but could not keep it over the net. So we're gonna see we're gonna see Rensel take the serve as Capriglione and Mendick sit. De La Torre also back in for the Ospreys. Nice dig there by Rensel, or excuse me, by Ang. And Anania trying to save that one, unable to. Point awarded to DeGoat. Kassir now to take the serve. And that one goes into the net. Point for the Ospreys. Now Haley Green comes back in for Anania. Stockton holding the 1-point lead. Kate Lauer setting the serve. That one goes in the net, so Stockton gets that point right, gives that point right back. Now it's going to be DeGoat. Number 11 for Drew. Green and Rensel playing a little pass back and forth. And Green with the flush to finish off that point. Ang checks out, Roll comes back in. And there's a point for Drew. All tied up at 14 now. You see Christodoulou come out in place for Guajardo. Now Lauren Gaza setting up the serve. Roll sends it over. Now Green with a nice light touch. Butler there to corral it. Green again. And that one couldn't be saved. Nice touch over the net by number 20, Marissa Guajardo. And Drew back on top, 15-14. It's going to be Gaza to serve. Ang with the attempted dig, unsuccessful. And we're going to get a timeout here. I believe it was a Stockton timeout that was called. So Drew holds a 16-14 lead. We'll be back in just about a minute. back here in the Big Blue Sports Center Gymnasium. Gaza with the serve. Sent up to Roll, who slams it home. And now it's a 1-point game. We'll see Mendick and Capriglione come back in place of De La Torre and Rensel. It's going to be Mendick to serve, and that's a little deep. Yep, that's going out, and Drew gets that point back, and it's back to a 2-point game. Substitution now. It's going to be Kassir out, and number 3, Ashley Karkuff, sophomore out of Hackettstown, New Jersey, coming back in. Green with the attempted spike, but it was Guajardo to meet her at the net, and it's now a 3-point lead for Drew. Number 2, Jasmine Butler, sophomore out of Stockbridge, Georgia, takes the serve. Molly Ang able to get it over. Nice work by her. And Mendick with a beautiful shot right in the corner, staying in. And now Stockton cuts it to 2 points, and Paige Anania will come back in for Haley Green. Butler and the head official just having a quick conversation. And we're back into the action here. Number 21, Paige Anania, setting up the serve, and that just gets over. Now it's Lauer with the attempted spike. Nice save there by Molly Ang. Capriglione with the spike, and that one crashes home. Stockton cuts it to a 1-point game now. Paige Anania once again set to serve. That one's a little deep. So she had one that was a little short that just got over to the net. That one unable to stay in the field of play. And it's now back to a 2-point lead for Drew, as we see Camacho Tenrero hit that one out of the field of play. And just like that, it's back to Stockton. Molly Ang set to serve now. Butler with the set, and that one goes out. Good judgment call there by number 3, Molly Yang. There's a spike by DeGoat, Tia DeGoat. And that ball travels in no man's land, and it is now a 1-point lead for Stockton, 20-19, in these closing points of this one. First set here. Ang with the serve. Nice dig there by Ang. Now it's Capriglione. Nice save there by Jasmine Butler. Lauer on the other side. Beautiful save by Gaza. And a nice little rally we have going now, ending with a point for Drew University, and that's the tying point. The 5'9" freshman, Tia DeGoat, freshman out of Fleming Island, Florida. So they got a girl from Florida, Illinois, Hawaii, Georgia, and of course New Jersey and Pennsylvania, which are seen more often around here. It's nice to see some out-of-staters coming in. Capriglione and Mendick checking out once again. Rentzel and De La Torre check back in. Rentzel with the serve. Nice block in front. I believe that was Witherspoon. Now Lauer with the second chance attempt. And Camacho Tenrero with a nice play on it, but unable to save it. So timeout, and we will be back in about a minute with Stockton holding a 22-20 lead in the first set here, Galloway, New Jersey. We'll be right back. Back at Stockton University's Big Blue Sports Center for this matchup between Stockton and Drew University. Closing moments of the first set here. Stockton holding a 2-point lead with Aubrey Rentzel set to serve. That one tipped right back over by Witherspoon and Lauer. Now it is Stockton's 2 points away from winning the first set here at home. Spiked by De La Torre, and it couldn't be handled cleanly by Gaza. So now it is 1 point away. And there's going to be another timeout here. So we will be back into the action in about another minute. Please stay with us. Back out of the timeout. Aubrey Rentzel setting up to serve for what could possibly be the last serve of the set. Osprey's up 24-20. Looking to take the first one here at home. And Aubrey Rentzel, here we go. That one's deep, and it will be awarded to Drew. 24-21 now. And now we're going to get number 12, Layla Kassir. She serves. De La Torre mishandled by DeGoat, and Stockton takes the first set, 25-21. So the ladies will switch sides. We will have a brief 3-minute break, and we will be right back to the action after that. Please stay with us. Back here in the Big Blue Sports Center at Stockton University, getting ready for the second set here. Stockton took a 1-0 lead with the win in the first set by a score of 25-21. The second set is going to start with Drew serving. It's going to be Lauren Gaza, sophomore out of Hawaii, as we mentioned earlier. Lauer with the soft touch, and Gaza couldn't get down quick enough. Stockton takes their first point in this set. Aubrey Rensel setting the serve. And that one unable to be kept off the floor by Drew. It's going to go back to Stockton for Aubrey Rensel. Sent over the top by Guajardo. And that one goes out of bounds, but that was quite close. Good attempt by Guajardo. A nice play on the ball there by Camacho Tenrero, sophomore out of Colonia, New Jersey. Kassir is going to check out for Drew. Coming in is number 3, Ashley Karkoff. Weatherspoon with a shot, with a serve, and they're going to say it got tipped. It's going to be an Osprey point. Haley Green going to check in. Paige Anania out. But I'm sure we will see her again in this match. Lauer's serve looked to have been going out, and I believe Camacho Tenrero even said to Gaza as she was making contact with it that it was going out, but it was a little too late. And Stockton gets another point there. 5-1 now. Can't get complacent, however. Drew could easily come back into this one. Nice save there by Haley Green. Gets up, makes a play on the ball, and a great play by Haley Green. Tia DeGoat unable to get down quick enough. And I'm not too sure she even thought that ball was even going to get to her in the back line. She probably thought some of her teammates were going to hit it earlier. Did not obviously happen that way. Butler with the set. Camacho Tenrero with the attempted spike. Haley Green now, nice dig there by Gaza. Rensel with a nice play on the ball. Green sends it over, Gaza with another nice dig. This is gonna be a long and well-deserved point for the Stockton Ospreys. Number 18, Camille De La Torre, freshman out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, coming up clutch with the point there after the long volley. Credit to both sides for keeping that one up as long as it was up. Kate Lauer set to serve. Blocked at the net by Witherspoon, I believe. Witherspoon again with a nice play on the ball. Witherspoon with another attempted block along with Haley Green over there, but that one got past him, and it's 7-2 Ospreys. Camacho Tenrero will serve. Haley Green, it was I didn't know that it got over, but it seemed to have got over. I was very tight and very close to the net on that spike. Definitely had some hard force to it. Talia Witherspoon now to serve for Stockton. Rensel with the set. Nice save there by De La Torre. And nice awareness by Haley Green to find the soft spot of Drew's defense. Excuse me. And now it is 9-2. Haley Green saw there was no one in the middle and just kind of gave it a little light tap. Directed it towards that part of the floor. Paid off for her and her squad. It's 9-2. And they've been playing very well this second set. Squarely in control right now. But a good play on the net. Guajardo, number 20. And now Gaza will come out, and Melina Christodoulou will come back in. It's going to be Guajardo to serve. Haley Green with a hard spike saved by the Drew University squad. That one took a hard and awkward bounce off the netting. Point for Drew. 9-4 now. Stockton still leading. It's going to be Guajardo once again to serve. That one a little deep. Good judgment call by Stockton's back line. Now we're going to see Mendick and Capriglione come in for De La Torre and Rensel, as we've seen all night. Those two duos have been swapping in and out at the same time this whole game so far. And now the spike was sent right back. That was a mixture of Roll and Capriglione. Stockton up 11-4 now. Nice blocks there by Capriglione and Roll. Regan Mendick take the serve. Nice volley they got going. Haley Green, however, decided to put that volley to an end with a thunderous slam home. And there's going to be a timeout, I believe, awarded to Drew. Great play by Haley Green on the net there. And Stockton with a commanding 12-4 lead in this second set after taking the first one, 25-21. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Getting ready to continue the second set after Stockton took the first set. Stockton holding a 12-4 lead here in the second set. Regan Mendyk to serve. Miss hit by Gaza, and Butler couldn't field that one cleanly. It's going to be another point for Stockton. And the freshman out of Newark, Delaware, Regan Mendyk, setting up again. Butler with the set. Nice play by Capriglione. Green. Butler up. Nice play there. Camacho Tenrero coming up from the back line to try to make a play. Unable to. Nice save by the Drew front line. Butler trying to catch him off guard. And a nice spike was Melina Christodoulou, as Mendyk tried to get a clean hand on it and was unable to. So now Karkov is going to come out, and it's going to be Kassir to check back in. And she does basically the same thing as Paige Anania for Stockton, coming in mainly for the serving duties. Mendyk with a quick send over the net. Christodoulou with a bad hit. That gets sent out. Another point for Stockton, and now we'll see Paige Anania coming in for Haley Green. And as I just said, taking over the duties for serving. Christodoulou with a hard spike. Was played by Capriglione, but Anania unable to get there in time. It's going back to Drew. And it's going to be Tia DeGout. Capriglione with the spike. Nice block by the Drew front line. Now Christodoulou, and that one goes over. Attempted block by Roll and Capriglione, unsuccessful. It's going to be Tia DeGout once again. Molly Yang with a nice dig. Mendyk to keep it up, and Capriglione over. Camacho Tenrero with a nice spike for Drew. And they're inching their way back into this one. It is 14-8. Stockton still in the lead, but they got to watch out. It's going to be DeGout once again. Setting up Lauer for a hard spike. And it's going to be Stockton's point on that one. Witherspoon coming back in for Roll. Nice attempted dig there by DeGout, but unsuccessful. And now Stockton with an 8-point advantage in the second set after taking the first one. Christodoulou with a hard spike, ricocheting off the hands of the front line of Stockton. And now it's going to be Lauren Gaza, the Hawaiian, coming out to take the serve. She's been pretty good tonight. Nice play on the ball to Leah Witherspoon. Able to send that one right back into the face of the Drew players. Now we'll see Rensel and De La Torre coming back in for Capriglione and Mendyk. Rensel will serve. And a nice play by Jasmine Butler. with a quick reaction to that one. Leads the team in assists coming into today with 216. Able to get a kill on that. She only had 19 coming into today. That makes 20. And great play by Talia Witherspoon, getting it right over the outstretched arms of that front line. Now we're going to see Haley Green come in for Paige Anania. As for Kate Lauer, we're going to see number 7, Gianna Philippe. Philippe, the freshman out of Hyde Park, New York. Coming in for the first time today. And trying to get the pancake, unable to. Great play on the ball by Camacho Tenrero, excuse me. She will serve as well. Nice save there. And Haley Green's attempted spike goes into the net. It was a good attempted save by Philippe. Get on the ground for that one. Now Camacho Tenrero, all smiles on her face as she's set to serve. Stockton up 18-12 in the second set. De La Torre's not messing around, and Camille De La Torre with a thunderous jam. And now we're going to see some more substitutions. It's going to be Roll coming in for Eng, and Witherspoon's going to come out. And number 2, Catherine Zanvetter, sophomore out of Fairfield, Connecticut, is going to take her first serve and get her first minutes of this game. Looked like either De La Torre or Roll had hit that in front. Now there's a quick substitution. Doesn't look like Stockton's coach really wanted that substitution. She didn't seem too thrilled with that. That's Allison Walker. Either way, Eng comes back in. Haley Green setting up the spike. That hits the net and awarded to Drew. For that point, it is 19-14 now. Stockton's been letting Drew hang around. Only 6 more points until this set is over, for Stockton at least. Roll tries to get that one, but Christodoulou and company too tall, and was not able to get the block on that one. So we got a timeout here. It's going to be about 1:15. Stockton holding the 4-point lead. It's 19-15. My name is Eric Bretz. We will be right back. Coming out of that timeout, Stockton with the 4-point lead, 19-15 in the second set. Stockton won the first set by a score of 25-21. It's going to be Guajardo to start with it for Drew. De La Torre with the soft touch, fielded cleanly by Guajardo. And now a nice spike by DeGout. Now Guajardo is going to come out. Checking in is Lauren Gaza. For Stockton, it's Rensel and De La Torre out. Mendick and Capriglione back in. Nice block there on the net. That's Capriglione with a nice soft touch. Gets over that front line of Drew and drops in for a point. 21-15 now. Mendick's serve goes right into the net. We're going to see Ashley Karkoff, the sophomore out of Hackettstown, New Jersey, take a seat. Coming in for her is Layla Kassir, the junior out of Stanhope, New Jersey. She's going to serve here. Mendick with the set, and Green with the finish. Nice play by Haley Green on that one. I'm not too sure what's happening here. Head coach Alyssa Brocali for Drew talking to the referee on the far side, getting it cleared up. 21-17 now, Stockton in the lead. Capriglione, that was going out if Gaza doesn't touch it. Either way, it's kept in play. Roll trying to really get a lot on that spike, and they're going to give that point to Drew. She was cocked back with that arm ready to go. Now it's only a 3-point lead for Stockton. Kassir with the serve, and Green with the spike. Nice save by Gaza. Capriglione in the soft spot, and that's going to stay in, they said. Drew players can't believe it who were standing right next to it. Haley Green, excuse me, is going to come out. Paige Anania back in. Also, Gianna Philippe checking out, and Kate Lauer coming back in for the Ospreys. So that could prove to be a very big point won by Emma Capriglione there for the Ospreys. Lauer with a nice spike off a nice setup. That one goes. Great play by number 11, Tia DeGout. We mentioned the freshman out of Fleming Island, Florida. Now we're going to see her take the serve now. 22-19 Stockton still in front, only 3 points away from taking the second set. Great play by Mendick. Nice heads up play to just quickly get that over and kind of confuse the defense. Kate Lauer's spike sent into the net. And a timeout awarded to Allison Walker. So now only a 2-point game, 22-20. And it's going to be Drew's serve when we come back. Please stay with us. Right back into the action. Stockton holding a 2-point lead, 22-20. Closing moments of the second set. Stockton took the first set by a score of 25-21. Dick out to serve. Capriglione with a nice soft touch, but sniffed out by the Drew defense. That one stays in, and a great play by Camacho Tenorero. And a nice setup by Jasmine Butler. It's now 22-21, Stockton in the lead. And we can see how quickly this lead has been cut down. 1 point, it was 8-2. And that one tipped by Gaza. So that's going to be a point for the Ospreys. Witherspoon coming back in for roll. Molly Ang to serve. That one goes out. 23-21 now. Christodoulou checking out. Guajardo coming back in. Capriglione trying to find that spot for a third time. Drew was able to stop her that time. Ball right up by the net, saved by Drew. Nice ball handling, I guess you could say, by Drew, as Witherspoon able to get the point for the Ospreys, now only 1 point away from going up 2-0 in sets here against Drew University. Now we're going to see a timeout, probably called by Drew, but I did not see who it was called by. So we will be back in about a minute. Score 24-22, game point for Stockton. We are back in Big Blue Sports Center, home of the Stockton Ospreys. Stockton has a 24-22 lead in the second set at home. Game point. And they're trying to figure out substitutions on the far side. It is turning out to be a little more complicated than it needs to be. De La Torre and Rensel seem to be checking back in. And it looks like Capriglione and Mendick would be the ones coming out, as we've seen all night, but not too sure. Head coach Allison Walker still having conference with the referee. And I'm not sure they're going to allow the substitution, so Capriglione is forced to serve. I know this is probably not her strongest suit, being that she gets subbed out every time it's her turn to serve. But we're going to see one here from Emma Capriglione. Junior out of Tuckerton, New Jersey, able to keep it in play. Good work. Great play by Anna Nia, getting real low to the ground, and I don't know if it was a pancake or a dig. Either way, that's going to be a Stockton point, and Stockton is up 2-0 over Drew after that seemed to be a controversial call as well. Drew seemed to thought they had won that point, as did Stockton. Stockton actually won it, so heading into the third set, Stockton up 2-0 in sets. Please stay with us after this brief 3-minute break. Welcome back to Stockton University for this volleyball matchup between Stockton University and Drew University. We are just about to enter the third set. Stockton taking the first two sets, both coming down to the wire within 5 points. We are just about set for the third one. I believe it's going to be Aubrey Rensel to start with it for Stockton. And that one's a little long. That's going to go out. She's not too happy with herself about that, but long set. She'll have to shake that one off. Now Camacho Tenrero. De La Torre gets a hand on the ball, and that's going to be a point for the Ospreys. First one of this set. Kate Lauer now set. Great play by Rensel. Green trying to just nudge it over, and a good play by number 12, Layla Kassir. Marissa Guajardo to serve, and that's going to go out. Roll is going to check back in from Molly Ang, and it's going to be Talia Witherspoon to serve. Christodoulou really got some speed on that spike. Hit Witherspoon. She's going to check out for Ang. And a great play on the ball. Melina Christodoulou, junior out of Branchburg, New Jersey. Now it's going to be Layla Kassir. That looks deep, and great judgment call once again by Molly Ang. She's pretty good at that, I have noticed. Capriglione and Mendick coming in for De La Torre and Rensel, as they've been doing all night. And it's going to be Mendick to serve it. That was definitely going out if Camacho Tenrero didn't touch it, but she did miss-hit it, and it's a point for the Ospreys. And Karkov, sophomore out of Hackettstown, New Jersey, couldn't get a clean look at that one. Now 5-3, Stockton leading. Christodoulou setting up for the spike, and a nice dig there by Mendick. Christodoulou again. Nice play by Lauer on the back line. Now they're going for Karkov. Now Haley Green. Nice diving play by Camacho Tenrero. And Haley Green tries to make a play on it. Looked like Lauer could have been there if Green wasn't, but either way, good play there by both squads. Nice little rally. Ashley Karkov to take the serve. And Capriglione couldn't field that one cleanly. That one's going to be a point for Drew, all knotted up at 5 here in the third set. Karkov again set to serve. Roll trying to get it over and is able to. And that was a little miscommunication between Capriglione and Molly Ang. It's going to be a point for Drew. Harkoff's serve goes off the hands of Haley Green. That one's another point for Drew. Harkoff again. And Roll trying to just bat that thing down. Christodoulou not having any of it, sends it right back. It's now 8-5, Drew leading. Stockton needs to figure it out and get some momentum back on their side, as Ashley Karkoff setting up for her fifth serve, excuse me. Fourth or fifth. Capriglione with a nice play on it. And hits Kassir right in the face. Unfortunate for her. Fortunately for the Ospreys, they get a point. Haley Green checks out, and Paige Anania coming back in. Serving specialist for the Ospreys is 21, Anania. Now Lauer with the spike and a great play. Karkoff on the back line couldn't handle it cleanly. And the Ospreys only down a point now. It's 8-7, Drew in front. Whistle blows. And it's going to be Osprey's point. If I'm being honest, I'm not entirely sure why, but it's all tied up at 8. Christodoulou being directed around by the referee. You don't see that a whole lot. Paige Anania now still set to serve all the way back by her backstop. Nice serve, but just goes out. That was close. Drew gets that point back. Now it's going to be Guajardo coming in for Christodoulou. Lauren Gaza set to serve, and that had a little too much heat on it as well. Going out of bounds. Witherspoon coming back in for roll. And we're back tied at 9. Molly Ang. Nice serve by her. Camacho Tenorero with a nice spike. Fielded cleanly by the Ospreys. Now Lauer. Nice soft touch. Molly Ang with a last-ditch effort to get it over the net, and a great job by her. And Camacho Tenorero with the spike that went out of bounds. What a great play by Molly Ang. 2 touches by her teammates had gone basically nowhere and were basically still on the floor. She used her frame to get low enough, push that ball up and get it over the net. Save the point for her squad. Molly Ang's been really good on that back line for the Ospreys. That one goes out. Stockton now with a 2-point lead. Molly Ang to serve. Her and Paige Anania will man the back line. Mendick doing a lot of the setting responsibilities and doing quite a nice job of it, I might say. Ang's serve goes into the net, and it is now a 1-point lead for the Ospreys. It's going to be Jasmine Butler, the sophomore out of Stockbridge, Georgia, as we mentioned before. A nice soft serve and a beautiful ace. Anania unable to get there in time. And it's tied at 11. It's the first ace we've seen from Drew today. They average 2.8 aces a set. However, first one we've seen today. Some of the credit's got to go to the Ospreys for that one. And the credit on that point going to Guajardo in front, the freshman out of South Elgin, Illinois. Nice soft serve again for Butler, causing some troubles for the Ospreys as they drop 2 points back to back off the soft touch from Jasmine Butler. Fielded cleanly this time by the Ospreys. Lauer setting up, and that's a thunderous slam. What a great spike by Kate Lauer. She had some speed on that one. And Stockton cuts it to a 1-point game with Mendick and Capriglione coming out and Rensel and De La Torre coming back in. Rensel set the serve. Nice set by Butler. Witherspoon to block the spike attempt by Drew. And a nice play by the 6-foot sophomore, Talia Witherspoon. Aubrey Rensel again setting up for the serve. Kassir with a nice play on it. Lauer sends it in the back row. Soft touch by Guajardo. Sent over for Lauer again. Gaza with the save. Camacho Tenrero. Nice save by Witherspoon. And that looked to have been Stockton's point. I'm not going to argue too much about that. But it looked clean. However, it was not. Drew awarded the point. It is 14-13. And Ania, nice job of getting down and dirty with it. Lauer trying to get it over the net. And that is going to be a point for the Ospreys. Haley Green, big 6'1" senior out of Springville, Utah, checking back in for Paige Anania. Nice soft touch on that one was Marissa Guajardo. Guajardo is going to serve now for Drew. Drew holding a 1-point lead. Setting up Haley Green, and that's going to be a point for the Ospreys. Great play and instant impact by Haley Green as soon as she comes into the game. Jayla Rose going to come in place of Molly Ang, and Talia Witherspoon is going to serve it for the Ospreys. Tied at 15, and roll the nice important point for the Ospreys. They're back on top. And Talia Witherspoon once again will serve. That's short. As soon as it came out of the hand, it looked short. That's all right, though. Tied at 16 now. Molly Ang back in. Witherspoon out. Kassir with the serve. De La Torre setting up the spike. Fielded cleanly. That one, however, was not by Haley Green, and that's going to be a point for Drew University. Lena Christodoulou getting that point back for her squad. And they're back on top, 17-16. Kassir again. On the backside for Green. Ricocheted off the palm of Gaza, it looked like. De La Torre with a nice spike. And after all that, Ashley Karkoff. Spike goes out of bounds. Now Mendick and Capriglione checking back in. Mendick will be serving. Tied at 17. Stockton holding a 2-0 set lead. For those that don't know, in volleyball, after we see a great stuff by Karkoff, in volleyball it is the first team to win 3 sets. So it could be a minimum of 3 games, or 3 sets, or it could be a maximum of 5. Stockton up 2-0 in sets right now. However, Drew holds a 1-point lead. It's going to be a point awarded to Drew of the violation for the Ospreys. Now it's 19-17. Ospreys really have to dig deep if they want to sweep Drew here. Long conversation being had by the official on the opposing side, along with Allison Walker, the head coach for the Ospreys, and Regan Mendick. Ashley Karkoff ready. Serve goes out. And the Stockton crowd's going to take credit for that one. So they screamed some random noise as she was about to serve, maybe threw her off a little bit. Paige Anania coming in for Haley Green now. Runsell also coming out. And Anania with the diving effort, unable to get there, however. And now we're going to get a timeout. I believe it was by the Ospreys. So Drew holds a 2-point lead, 20-18 in the third set here. Stockton leads 2-1 in sets. Please be right back. We will be right back. Please stay with us. Back here in the closing stages of the third set. Stockton already up 2-0 in sets. However, they are down by 2 in the third set here. It is 20-18 with Lauren Gaza getting ready to serve for Drew. Fajardo with a nice flush home. And now Drew another point closer to ending this set. That's going to be Lauren Gaza again. Capriglione. Camacho Tenrero getting that one to graze off the net. Lost a little of its momentum. Now it's a 4-point lead for Drew. And Zero momentum on the Stockton side whatsoever right now. As the air has been taken out of their sails. And another timeout by head coach Allison Walker. And we will be back in about a minute 15. (22-18). Drew is leading in the third set in Galloway, New Jersey, the home of the Stockton Ospreys. Lauren Gaza set for the serve with her team leading by 4. Only 3 points away from closing out this set. Lauer with a nice spike. And that point is won back for the Ospreys by Kate Lauer. Molly Ang now. This is a big serve for Stockton. Camacho Tenero denied at the net. It's going over. Freely with the save. Now Lauer, soft touch. Camacho Tenero. Now Lauer, and that's going to go out. A little too much on that one. Now only 2 points away from getting a set win is Drew. Jasmine Butler, Witherspoon. Nice play on the ball by Karkoff to keep it alive. Now to get it over. Lauer sent right back, and it's going to be a Stockton point. Rensel and De La Torre going to check back in for Capriglione and Mendick. Rensel is going to serve. And now a 3-point game. Drew only 2 points away from gaining a set win here. This is a critical serve and point. And that one couldn't be stuffed at the net by Witherspoon or De La Torre. That's going to go to Drew. Camacho Tenero, nice play and nice spike. Now only 1 point away. It's 24-20. Drew in the lead with Andrea Camacho Tenero set to serve. That one is in, and an ace to end the set was the sophomore out of Colonia, New Jersey, Andrea Camacho Tenero. So we'll see Drew take a set win here. And we will be back for the fourth set in about 3 minutes. Hello, everyone, and welcome back into Big Blue Sports Center, home of the Stockton Ospreys. Heading into the fourth set of this volleyball matchup between the Ospreys and Drew University. Ospreys got out to a quick 2-0 lead in sets. However, the third set was won by the visiting Drew University squad. So now we're on to the fourth. Camacho Tenrero to start with it. Lauer with the soft touch. Nice save there by Butler. Cassier with the attempt. Now Witherspoon with the attempt. Lauer with a lot of power on that one. Gets blocked but sent right out of bounds. So Stockton gets the first point of the fourth set here. It's going to be Aubrey Rensel. Nice block by Talia Witherspoon in front. Stockton quickly out, 2-0. Rensel to serve. Lauer trying to get it over, unable to. Christodoulou is coming back in for Drew. Gaza's going to sit. It's going to be Guajardo to serve for Drew. De La Torre with some force on that one. And Camille De La Torre, great play on the ball. The freshman out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Now Haley Green, offensive leader of this squad, coming back in place for Paige Anania. Witherspoon and Green, not sure who's going to get credit for the kill there or the point. They might just go halvesies on both of them, the point and the kill, but a great combined effort from those two Ospreys there getting the point. 4-1, Ospreys leading. Karkoff with the powerful spike, but a little too far. Haley Green. Now Witherspoon, and falls right back into the arms of Karkoff. And Talia Witherspoon turning it on this fourth set so far. And now the Osprey bench getting a chance involved here as Kate Lauer sets up again. Haley Green. Little miscommunication. Drew able to keep it in play. Karkoff sends it over. De La Torre. Haley Green, and she just couldn't get that over the net. Good attempt there. Point goes to Drew, and it's gonna be Layla Kassir to serve for Drew. Stockton up 6-2. Only needing one more set win to win the overall match. Karkoff with a nice spike, and Lauer couldn't field it cleanly. Now we're going to see Kassir once again. And Haley Green with a hard shot, but off the target. Now 6-4, Stockton in the lead. Their lead cut down to only 2 points now, as we'll see Kassir. De La Torre's pass is tipped and goes out of bounds. Didn't mean to say pass, I meant to say spike. And yeah, so it was tipped off of one of the Drew players and headed out of bounds. Point goes to the Ospreys. It's Leah Witherspoon to set up the serve. Christodoulou, her spike off the mark. Now it's a 4-point lead for the Ospreys. It's Leah Witherspoon. Roll with the set. And Green with the spike, and it bounces off of 3 Drew players before hitting the ground. 5-point lead for the Ospreys. And once again, we'll see the sophomore out of Hackensack, New Jersey, Talia Witherspoon, take the serve. Great pancake by Lauer. And roll, not too sure what the idea was there. I think she tried to double hit it. That is not allowed in volleyball. Molly Ang checks in for Witherspoon. And it's going to be Karkoff to serve for Drew. That one hit Christodoulou and kind of woke her up a little bit on that front line. She was definitely not expecting that ball to hit in the back of her hand, but we're going to see a substitution. It's going to be Mendick and Capriglione in for Rensel and De La Torre. Butler with the set. Spike by Camacho Tenrero, and Mendick with a nice effort, but ultimately comes up unsuccessful. Gaza to serve. And Mendick thought that had a chance of going over. She didn't touch it. And now Stockton's lead cut down to now 3 points. Lauren Gaza for the serve. Lauer mishit it, Capriglione there. Molly Ang needs to get it over, and that was just a little too low. Good effort by the girls out there for the Ospreys. But the point is awarded to Drew. Now we'll see Lauren Gaza once again, the Hawaii native, take the serve. Capriglione with the dig attempt, unsuccessful. Now a 1-point lead for Stockton. Gaza. That one's over. And an easy hit by Guajardo. And it is now tied at 10. Off the serve, that was bumped up, but went over the net, and it was an exactly perfect set for Marissa Guajardo. Gaza's serve there, hit into the net, and that's a point for the Ospreys. Paige Anania coming in for Haley Green. And the serving specialist, Paige Anania, coming in a big spot here. Karkoff fielded tough, and somehow that stays in without an Osprey player touching it. Great play by number 3, Ashley Karkoff. She was all the way on the back line, just sent it over. And it hit inbounds on the near side of the Ospreys. And once again just getting sent back to the Drew players, and they're just teeing off on this ball, and a very well-used timeout by Allison Walker of the Ospreys, in desperate need of something to calm these Drew players down. Drew holds a 1-point lead now. We will be back in just about a minute. Back here about midway through the 4th set of this volleyball contest between the Ospreys of Stockton and Drew University. Capriglione loses her footing on that one. Another point goes to Drew out of the timeout. Jasmine Butler setting to serve. She's got a nice soft serve, and Ospreys are unable to get that one up. Now Jasmine Butler set again to serve. Karkoff couldn't get that one over the net, and the Ospreys get that point. Roll coming out, Witherspoon in. And you know Witherspoon's fired up and has been playing well on the front line for the Ospreys. Let's see if she can turn things around. Karkoff and Mendick unable to get a clean hand on that one. Three-point lead for Drew. This has really slipped away from the Ospreys here. Now Witherspoon unable to get it over the net. And that's a head scratcher for Allison Walker, head coach of the Ospreys, as she confers with her staff, and she's going to use a timeout. Drew up 16-12 in the 4th set. Please stay with us, back in about a minute. Back in Galloway, New Jersey, home of the Stockton Ospreys, we're inching closer to the end of the fourth set. Drew with a 4-point lead. It is 16-12. The Ospreys really haven't had much momentum in the fourth set. DePriglione, however, gets it right there. Nice spike by her, and Rensel will check in for her, and De La Torre coming in for Mendick. It's going to be Aubrey Rensel. Lauer with a powerful spike. And that goes into about the fifth row of the opposite bleachers. Great play by Kate Lauer. Freshman out of Clifton, New Jersey. Big number 9, Kate Lauer. She's had a wonderful day for the Ospreys. Karkoff. Now Lauer again. Just a little low. It's going to be Guajardo to take the serve for Drew. Up 3 points, 17-14. Still very winnable set for the Ospreys as Aubrey Rensel with a huge heads-up play. Gets that point back for her squad. And Haley Green coming back in for the Ospreys. Paige Anania will check out. Karkoff's spike attempt is sent out of bounds, and it is a point for the Ospreys. It is, or excuse me, I'm sorry, I thought that ball went out of bounds. It had not, so it's staying with Drew. I'm sorry, going back to Drew. Christodoulou, she's got some power on her spike too. Junior out of Branchburg, New Jersey, coming in at 6 foot. Alina Christodoulou has played very well today on the front line for Drew. Now, once again, we're going to see Kassir. Setting up Haley Green, and that's going to be another point for Drew. Kassir once again will serve. And Drew only 5 points away from sending this to a 5th set. And that's going to be a point for Drew. That was hit a little awkwardly. Rensel pleading her case. Now the Ospreys really got to dig deep here if they want to close this out here. Send up Witherspoon. Now it's Karkoff, and her spike, gets through the net, and it was De La Torre and Witherspoon there, but they were unable to keep it on Drew's side. Now just 3 measly points away from sending this to a 5th set. Drew started down 2-0, won the 3rd set. Now looking really good here in the 4th. And that's going to be a point for the Ospreys. It's going to be Talia Witherspoon. Take the serve. She is down 6 points right now. It is 22-16. That one's going to stay in. A little miscommunication between Lauer and Rensel. Witherspoon coming out. Molly Eng checking back in. 2 points away is Drew, and They're looking like they're very well going to send this to a 5th set. Now Haley Green, that one's out. Very close to the line. A little too much power from Haley Green there, and that's usually not something that hinders your volleyball performance, but it did right there. Karkoff with the serve. It's a game point now, or set point, I should say. And Roll with a nice play on the ball. It's going to be Capriglione and Mendick to come back in. Still game point for Drew. I'm sorry, set point for Drew. Mendick serves it. Stadulo. And it's going to be awarded a point for the Ospreys. A little confusing in the middle there. The ball bouncing around like a pinball. But at the end, the point awarded to the Ospreys. Now 24-18. Still set point for Drew. And if Drew does indeed win this point here, we will go to a 5th set, which will determine the winner. Camacho Tenrero gets that one tipped, and that is the end of this set. Drew wins it and is now tied at 2 apiece. And we will be right back. Back in the home of the Ospreys at Stockton University, we are set for the 5th set of this volleyball match between Drew University and Stockton University. This is for all the marbles here. Winner takes all. And it's going to be Aubrey Rensel, I believe, to start with the serve. This is the first time this year that Stockton has been forced to a 5th set. They've gotten it done in 3 sets or 4. This being their first 5th set of the year. We are underway here. Haley Green with a nice play, but nice stuff at the net. Looked to be Christodoulou, who is now checking out for number 20. That's Wahardo. So after Stockton won the first 2 sets, they've looked somewhat out of sorts, offensively at least. First 2 sets, they were getting spikes and kills. It just hasn't been the same ever since. And maybe that'll get them going. Point goes to the Ospreys. It's tied at 1. And now Paige Anania coming in. See if she can bring a spark to this Stockton offense. Camacho Tenrero with the spike. Now Lauer with the spike, and that's a point for the Ospreys. Paige Anania once again setting up the serve. Camacho Tenrero, excuse me, gets that one to go. Tied at 2 now. For those of you that are unaware, in volleyball you must, or at least in college volleyball, you must win the set by 2 points. As Camille De La Torre stares down her opponent as she slams that ball home. Now it's going to be Witherspoon with the serve. Great play by the Stockton front line. Not sure if that was Kate Lauer or Jalea Roll. But off the deflection and block in front, they get the point to go their way. And now Talia Witherspoon, her serve gets hit into the net. Point going back to Drew. It's going to be Andrea Camacho Tenrero. Low serve fielded cleanly by the Ospreys. Kate Lauer with the spike, and that one goes out. Tied at 4 now. Camacho Tenrero once again set for the serve. Over to Kate Lauer's having a great match. And there you go. There's a point for the Ospreys. Now it's going to be the substitution duo of Capriglione and Mendick. Coming out for the other duo of De La Torre and Rensel. Mendick to serve. And a great play by Kate Lauer in the front line. Knocking that one right back into Drew's territory. Great save by Mendick, but it just can't stay in play. So nice play coming up from the back line was Andrea Camacho Tenrero. And now Christodoulou Coming back in for Lauren Gaza. And Marissa Wajardo will set to serve for Drew. Lauer with a nice play on the ball. And Wajardo couldn't get there with a clean look. And Stockton holds a 2-point lead. We're going to get 2 more substitutions. Lauer's going to come out in place of Gianna Philippe, freshman out of Hyde Park, New York, who checked in earlier in the game as well for Lauer. As for our Paige Anania, old reliable Haley Green coming in. And a great serve by Philippe. I'm sorry, Philippe. And they are now going to change sides. It's going to be Philippe again. And that one's a little far. Actually, got a little closer than what it originally looked like. Either way, still out. Haley Green with a nice spike, but that's out of bounds. And it's going to Drew. Kassir. Sent over to Capriglione. And that's deflected out of bounds. Ospreys get that point as Roll checks out and Witherspoon checking back in. Stockton with a 2-point lead. Krista Dula with a hard serve, as she's been known to do today. Hannah Green with a nice little touch on it. And Drew couldn't get a clean look at it. So now it is a 3-point lead as Molly Ang sets up. Timeout awarded to Drew University. And we will be back in about 1:15. Please stay with us in this 5th set. Back for the 5th set in Galloway, New Jersey. Molly Ang set to take the serve. Stockton holds a 3-point lead. It is 10-7. Winner take all for this set. Win by 2. That serve goes into the net, and that's going to be a point for Drew. Karkoff's serve not fielded cleanly by Capriglione. Now Karkoff again set to serve. 1 point game. Nice heads up play by Mendick trying to catch him off guard. Capriglione with the soft touch, that stays in. And she gets a roar from this crowd and her bench as Stockton goes up 2 points now. And De La Torre, along with Rensel, coming back in for Capriglione and Mendick. It's going to be Rensel to serve. Sent over for Camacho Tenrero. Nice play on the net by De La Torre. Great play by Eng and Rensel to keep it alive. Eng again. Now Haley Green, and that one goes inbounds. That stays in. And you can see a whole lot of emotion out there on the court right now as the Ospreys take a 3-point lead in the 5th set. It's going to be Aubrey Rensel once again. Her and Eng pivotal in keeping that point alive just a moment ago. De La Torre unable to keep that one alive. It's going back to Drew, but not before Christodoulou comes out, and Guajardo checks back in. Lauren Gaza gonna serve. Now De La Torre with the soft touch, and she's able to get that one to go. Camille De La Torre having a great game. Only a freshman, she's got a bright future. And there's gonna be a timeout on the floor. So we will be back with the rest of the 5th set momentarily. Stockton holds a 13-10 lead. About midway through the 5th set here at Stockton University. We're going to see Kate Lauer check back in, along with Paige Anania. It's going to be Philippe to sit along with Green. Camacho Tenrero gets a nice spike to go her way. (13-11) now, as we'll see Jasmine Butler take the serve. And a great spike by Camille De La Torre. I spoke about her before the timeout break. She's having a great day. Now Molly Ang checks out, and Roll comes back in. Great serve by Witherspoon. And a great block on the net, number 12. That's Layla Kassir. Now only a 2-point lead for the Ospreys. De La Torre, that one's tipped. And what a great play by De La Torre. And that is the end of the match. Camille De La Torre finishes it off for the Ospreys as they beat Drew University 15-12. Thank you to everybody who watched and listened along all night. The next game for the Ospreys is going to be tomorrow versus Moravian at 4. At 4 in the Newman University tournament, excuse me. For Drew, their next game is going to be home on Saturday versus St. Elizabeth at 10 a.m. Thank you once again to everyone who listened and followed along. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. Eric Brett signing off.